What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Common Sense, Logic, and Reason. Well, it didn't take long, and I knew eventually it would happen, but I didn't think it would happen this fast. On my video, Tariq Nasheed versus Jerry Taylor, one of the idiots that a comment on it made a comment that I only dealt with what Tariq Nasheed said, and I didn't address Jerry Taylor, as if Jerry Taylor, what he said in that debate really concerns me. And it's nothing new because I've heard many conservative radio talk shows, blacks that is, black conservatives, who would have blacks call into their shows crying about, you always talk about the black man, you don't never see nothing what white folks do. That idiot nonsense. And every time I've heard that, I always thought of the cartoon South Park. And I'm not the biggest South Park fan, and I don't watch South Park often, but I know every time I have watched South Park, they were funny, and all the shows that I've seen, the episodes that I've seen were very funny. And why I didn't watch it more often, who knows? But every time I've watched South Park, it was a funny show. Now, one particular episode that I watched, the Free Hat episode, and I know you South Park fans know what I'm talking about. In this episode, the kids, and I couldn't even tell you their name. That's how much I don't watch South Park. But the kids, in their little small town of South Park, they had this issue. And this issue, they wanted to bring awareness to it. So they decided to stage a rally in the school gymnasium. And they were thinking of, well, how can they entice people to come to the rally? Well, they decided, they were going to give away free hats. Those little paper hats that we used to make in school. Well, they would give away free hats, and they put that on the flyer. Well, it came time for the rally, and the school gymnasium was packed. Unfortunately for the kids, these other people had their own agenda. They had their agenda, the free hat agenda. They read the flyer, saw free hat, and they all just showed up. Now, these people, Hat or whatever, some guy named Hat supposedly killed some children, and he was in jail as a result of it, and they believe that he should have been freed. And they never hid that while they were at the rally, and they constantly kept going on about Hat and freeing Hat, and the kids were like, well, didn't he kill a bunch of kids? And they were like, well, they weren't even possessed. I mean, they were serious about freeing Hat, and like I said, they didn't hide it. Well, eventually the boys, got frustrated with them constantly going on about Hat, and they can't bring their issue for freeing Hat. So they decided, well, look, some people go off and free Hat, and other people, some of y'all, we come and go our issue. Well, the gymnasium cleared, and everybody went off to go run free Hat, and just the boys was left in the gymnasium. Now ask yourself, did they really need another person to go out and help free Hat when the whole gymnasium went clear to go help free Hat? And could you imagine asking these boys, the main characters in South Park, well, why aren't y'all going out free Hat? You're always talking about your issue, but you never deal with freeing Hat. Especially given the fact that they disagree with me, that the fact that an idea that Hat should be free. Well, let's translate to black people now. You never will have any trouble finding some black person somewhere, some brainwashed black person, some racist somewhere, crying about racism, just crying and whining all the time about racism. Okay, so you have plenty of blacks doing that. Do we really need another damn black person crying about racism, crying about the white man? Especially given myself, considering the fact that I disagree with the whole idea of race, and in the years, I would say damn near almost 14 going on 15 years, I've been asking blacks to explain exactly what systematic white supremacy is stopping them from doing, and I haven't received one single answer yet. Why would I cry about racism in a white man when the biggest problem facing black people in America is the black man? And as I said in my very first show, this is going to be a channel of dealing with the issues facing blacks, the real issues, the real self-inflicted issues that's going on in the black community every day that we ignore, and not irrelevant nonsense, crying about the white man. Because what the white man is doing is not stopping black people in America from doing a damn thing. And if anyone disagree, please provide your evidence. You show your evidence, I'll retract it, but I haven't seen the evidence since. So why, again, if my channel is a channel of dealing with black people, and the biggest problem facing black people in America are black people, then why would I waste my time worrying about what white folks are doing? Again, if you have evidence that white people are keeping a black man down, then present it, but nobody has it. Blacks cry about it. They whine and cry, complain, and bitch, moan, and whine all the time because they've been brainwashed by the race narrative. But nobody ever provides any real legitimate evidence. It's all circumstantial nonsense that's easily debunked, and it's always debunked. So if anybody out there, and let me say it now just to get this out of the way, if anyone wants to know, well, why I never talk about white people, I talk about black people all the time, and I never deal with white people, that's because the biggest problem facing black people in America is black people. If the biggest problem facing black people in America is white people, or white people become a significant problem for blacks, then I'll talk about it. Well, I haven't seen black people being a significant, or white people being a significant problem for blacks. Again, it's black people who are holding black folks down with idiotic nonsense, namely worrying about white people all the damn time. So again, if anyone wondered why this, well, now you know, and knowing is half the battle. Until next time.